Release dates for many Disney movies, whether it's Marvel, Lucasfilms, Disney, have all been pushed back.
Hey guys, it's KJ,
John,
and Winnie from Disney Mom Life. Welcome to our channel where we do videos on
Disney,
motherhood and lifestyle. If you like today's video,
give it a thumbs up,
hit that subscribe button,
ding that notification bell,
and leave us a comment. And John, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we have some Disney news and updates for you, and a lot of it has to do with the movie studios. Due to the ongoing pandemic, release dates for many Disney movies, whether it's Marvel, Lucasfilms, Disney, have all been pushed back. We were hoping to get Mulan at some point this summer.
Mulan has been postponed indefinitely. When do you think it's going to come out?
I have a feeling that we're probably not going to see Mulan until sometime in spring to summer of 2021.
And that wasn't the only movie that's been pushed back. John, what were some of the other ones we heard about this week?
So we were very excited a couple of months ago to find out that there was a new Star Wars trilogy coming to our lives, and it was going to be directed by Taika Waititi, who also did Thor Ragnarok, and I believe also a Mandalorian episode.
Yep.
So he was going to be directing a new Star Wars trilogy, which was set to come to theaters in December of 2021. That first installment now has been pushed to December of 2022, with future installments coming then in 2024 and 2026. So all of those Star Wars movies have been pushed back an entire year, and the same is true for the 4 Avatar sequels that we're supposed to be getting. That was supposed to come out in 2022, but that's now not going to come out until 2023, and then the corresponding Avatars will then also be spaced by 2 years. So basically every December from 2022, there'll be either a Star Wars or Avatar movie. That was supposed to start in 2021, so it's been pushed a year. This pandemic has cost us basically a year worth of movie releases.
Another movie that was pushed back was SpiderMan 3, and that was supposed to be released on November 5th in 2021, and now it's being pushed back to December 17th, 2021. And that date was previously occupied by Avatar 2, but as John said, the Avatar movies are being pushed back. And John, you know what I thought was interesting? Why were they pushing it back like just a little bit over a month?
Right. My guess is, and I'm almost positive, I know why, is that December release date is a really coveted one. Kids are off from school, so if you have a tentpole release, you don't want to give up on that day. They were going to have a big release on that day already. Now that they don't have a big release, what's their other big release that's coming out that fall? So you put it in a better release time, and that's holiday time. So as we've seen, a lot of the Star Wars movies have done gangbuster numbers being released right before Christmas. So now Spider-Man 3 is probably the best movie they have on the slate that fall, so they want to move it to their prime release date. But speaking of those Marvel movies, we've already seen Black Widow delayed 6 months, and correspondingly a lot of other Marvel movies have been pushed back with it. With the news of Star Wars and Avatar being pushed a whole year, you have to wonder if they can't get Black Widow to the screen in November, 1, will they just choose to put it on Disney Plus? I don't think they would do that because they have hopes for Black Widow. 2, if it has to be pushed till the following February, let's say, how far does that domino effect affect the MCU Phase 4? Last week's news video, we talked about the delays in the Phase 4, more on Disney Plus, some in the theaters, but Black Widow gets delayed past November. Phase 4 is really going to take a hit as far as a domino effect.
Something we haven't heard a lot about are the live-action Disney movies aside from Mulan. We know that they're making a Little Mermaid live-action, but I haven't heard anything about that. Let us know in the comments down below if you've heard anything about that, or even any other live-action movies that were talked about, rumored about, what's going to happen with them, when are they going to come out.
Yeah, obviously we haven't heard a lot of news about The Little Mermaid. We also haven't heard a lot of news about Cruella, the live-action remake featuring Emma Stone.
Something else I haven't heard much about is the Jungle Cruise movie. They were moving that movie back as well, I believe.
Yeah,
Did that finish filming?
It did. It was supposed to come out this July. They moved it to next July, so that's when Jungle Cruise should come out. So it'll be interesting to see if any of those movies, any Disney movies, or any movies from any production house can meet their timelines in this world that we're living in. So that does it for the movie studios news portion of this news video, but there also is some news inside the parks, isn't that right?
That is right. We have a few park updates that we wanted to mention. The first is, it seems that Disney keeps updating their mask policy. Most recently, they are now saying that you cannot have masks with any kind of valve or hole in it. We don't have any masks like that, but we've seen them where it almost looks like a KN95 or an N95 mask, and it has like that little valve like in this part or over here. So Disney is no longer allowing those. We're not sure why. The other thing is they're not allowing masks with holes in them, which totally makes sense because I'm not sure how much protection you're gonna get there. Another thing that they mentioned was your mask has to have 2 layers of material. You can't have bandanas anymore where you're not, your chin is not covered properly. So Disney does seem to keep updating this. I guess they're just trying to do their best to keep things safe for everybody, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another update as things progress.
Right, because last week we saw the update about eating and walking, because obviously when you're eating you're removing your mask, and we talked about how really it's food and wine that has to do with that policy change, where now if you're eating inside the parks you must be stationary. So they're doing a lot with masks. They're making sure that people are wearing them responsibly and not moving around while they're off.
For all of you out there who are people mover lovers like us, like the OGs though, because remember we were talking about this, the people mover suddenly got really popular, but we've loved it forever. But they are doing construction on it. You were letting me know that. John and I were talking about that earlier actually.
Yeah, it's temporarily shut down because they're quote unquote doing a major refurbishment from what we can see. We don't have first-hand knowledge of this, so we're just kind of reading it and delivering it the best we can to you. Hopefully whatever major refurbishment they're doing doesn't alter the ride too much.
What would be great now is if they put in a fast pass queue, considering that it is suddenly gotten so popular. Yeah. I don't know if they will or not. I think that ride and Astro Orbiter are two of the only rides in all of Magic Kingdom that don't have a fast pass. That could be interesting if they added something like that. And speaking of fast pass, not quite fast pass, but Disney have been doing virtual queues for Rise of the Resistance since it reopened. The times you could try to get these virtual queues was at, it used to be 10, 1, and 4. They've now changed it to 10 and 2 o'clock. I'm guessing that 4 o'clock time slot, there wasn't really anything left. I guess all the time slots were snatched up before that, so Disney now only has 2 times, but at least it's better than just that one time in the morning, like bright and early.
Yeah, and also part of the reason could be, I know I've seen a lot of people talking about the ride breaking down several times a day, so that also could be the reason that they eliminated the extra queue time, because they have some downtime where the line's filling up a bit. Speaking of lines, in this no fast pass world, it is crazy to see like the discrepancies between times. I saw lines for, now I know Splash Mountain's going away in the current form, but saw lines exceeding an hour for Splash Mountain. Same thing for Mine Train. But then on the other hand, in Animal Kingdom, saw lines for Avatar well after the park opened, somewhere under 20 minutes, like 15, 20 minutes. Everest being a walk-on. Man, it's really hit or miss depending on if you get lucky going to the park that no one's at that day, because no one can park hop. Once you're there, you're stuck there. So if you just happen to guess wrong and you're in the crowded park that day, man, that's got to be a tough experience if you're waiting long when you know you could have went to Animal Kingdom and riding Avatar like 4 times.
Over and over.
Guess right. Choose wisely.
That does it for this week's news video. If you like this video, please remember to
give it a thumbs up.
Hit that subscribe button.
Ding that notification bell.
And leave us a comment. Is there something that we missed? Let us know in the comments down below. Of course, news comes out every day. We try to sum it up for you every Monday. And with that, we'll see you real soon. Bye.
See you at the parks.
Yay, Winnie. Look at you going, look at you go.
Big question mark.
You guys, we mentioned the Jungle Cruise, which has the rock, so obviously Winnie's excited. You show everybody your Mickey Animal book. Oh. Tell everybody that's what you're looking at while Mommy and Daddy do the Disney news, right? There's Dumbo and Simba.
Disney characters mixed in there with real animals.
Sure do, John. Bye, everybody!